Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Rob Ford and I would like to introduce my transportation plan to you today. Toronto is choking on congested roads. Gridlock creates pollution. It keeps you away from your families. Gridlock and poor public transit makes it harder to connect people with good jobs. It makes Toronto less livable. It's time to stop talking about congestion and start fixing it. There are more cars on our streets today than ever before. Our city keeps growing. Let's face it, like it or not, cars are here to stay. Let's deal with it. It's time to stop the war on cars. My plan takes a sensible approach to improve transportation and reduce congestion in Toronto. My plan includes better transit, better roads, and a new bicycle and pedestrian trails across the city. My plan does not include any new taxes, tolls, or congestion charges. My plan makes sense. Rapid transit is important. With it, you can live in one part of the city and get a good paying job in the other. Without it, you have fewer choices for jobs or housing, fewer choices to improve your life. David Miller's Transit City is a multi-billion-dollar disaster. Although he calls it an LRT plan, it really is a plan to put streetcar tracks down major roads all over Toronto. These streetcars will stop on almost every block and almost every intersection. With an average speed of under 17 kilometers per hour, they're just too slow. Streetcars also slow down car traffic and make congestion worse. That makes pollution worse. That makes Toronto less livable. What Toronto needs are more subways. My plan is to focus our money on building subways where we need them most, at a rate we can afford. That means fewer new lines, but each line will be fast and convenient. Subways move 10 times as many people as streetcars, and they're up to 3 times faster. With a subway, you can live in North Scarborough and work downtown. With a streetcar network, that's impossible. Our first priority will be to complete the Shepherd Avenue subway line from Downsview Station to Scarborough Town Centre. This will add about 12 kilometers of subway and up to 10 new stations. We'll also replace the Scarborough Rapid Transit line, the SRT, by extending the Bloor-Danforth subway line along the existing SRT route. My plan will create a closed loop that will make it much easier to move rapidly across the city. Both lines will be completed and open before the Pan Am Games in 2015. Where we can't afford to build subways today, like Eglinton Avenue, for example, we'll introduce new express buses using clean technology. Buses are cheaper, faster, and safer than streetcars. They can also be better for our environment. The total cost for my subway expansion plan is $4 billion, almost the same cost as Phase 1 of Transit City. A transit system based on subways will keep road congestion from getting worse. But to reduce existing gridlock, we have to improve traffic flow on our roads. We do not need road tolls or congestion charges. We do need to keep and maintain the Gardiner Expressway, the Allen Expressway, and the Don Valley Parkway. Our first priority will be clearing up Toronto's $250 million backlog on road repairs. Our second priority is to upgrade and synchronize the city's traffic signals to keep traffic moving. That will cost about $50 million. Our third priority will be to invest up to $400 million to connect some of our disjointed arterial roads and improve traffic flow. We'll also take a number of simple actions to improve traffic flow that don't cost a lot of money. They just make sense. We'll make parking rules easier to understand by simplifying parking signs by introducing color-coded curb painting. If the curb is red, you can't park there. If it's green, park and pay. If it is yellow, read the signs. We'll do a better job managing road work to reduce traffic disruptions. We'll create more effective roadwork coordination center to coordinate all construction that impacts traffic. We'll require utility companies to make permanent road repairs after digging up the streets. The total cost for my road improvement plan is about $700 million. Toronto cyclists and pedestrians deserve safe and enjoyable choices whether they are commuting to work or riding, running, or walking for recreation or pleasure. We'll build 100 kilometers of new, well-lit bicycle trails across the city in vacant green spaces, along ravines and river valleys and various rights of way. We'll extend the on-street bicycle lane network where it makes sense, where lanes can be added safely without increasing traffic congestion, and where the local community supports them. And we'll build an extensive network of pedestrian paths beside the bicycle trails. This will add 100 kilometers of new, safe, well-lit trails for joggers, runners, and walkers. The total cost for the bicycle and jogging trails, including lampposts, is about $55 million. Our subway plan will cost $4 billion, and the province of Ontario has already committed $3.7 billion for Phase 1 of Transit City. We will work with the province to reallocate that money to our subway expansion. That leaves a gap of $300 million. We'll fill that gap with private money. We'll work with the private sector to generate at least $1 billion by selling development rights along the subway corridor. $300 million of that $1 billion will go to our new subway, so it is fully funded. The rest of the private money, $700 million, will pay for our road improvement plan. Again, we'll take a prudent approach and fund these projects in order of priority. Our bike and pedestrian trail plan will be funded from the existing capital allocation for the Toronto Bike Plan. My plan is fully funded. No new taxes and no tolls. My transportation plan is sensible. It's affordable. It's realistic. It will be delivered before the Pan Am Games begin in 2015. Thank you.